everyone, this is Vicky with Vicky's Tiger Tales. Welcome to another episode of Let's Create Magic. So this month's theme is the first day of summer, and one of the things that I like to do growing up was my family spent a lot of time in the White Mountains where we had a cabin. And there is a lot of country around there, so a lot of wildflowers and things in bloom. And I loved when my dad would pull over the car or truck, whatever we were in, and drop us off kind of on the side of the road so we could go pick a whole bunch of wildflowers for making a bouquet or putting in the middle of the table. I loved it. One of the things that we did was we would take some of those wildflowers that we found and we would put them into on a piece of contact paper and make bookmarks out of them, so we were able to save those wildflowers. Now, I don't live in a place where I can get to wildflowers anymore, but I did have some greenery and some really pretty bougainvilleas in my yard. And so I decided to see what we can create with some of the stuff that I find around my house. So this is going to be in a couple of different little segments, but I did find some on I have bougainvillea bush in front of my house, and so I found some of those leaves, and I don't remember what this bush is called. They grow straight up, but they have the coolest leaves for texture. So I am going to work this into some kind of different bookmark and see what comes up. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've got my contact paper cut out into strips. I have already taken the backing off of one of them. This was in a roll, so I actually had to stick it into a book to flatten it out so I was able to work with it. And then I do have some, let me move this just a little bit off to the side. I've got some different stuff that I found around my neighborhood to work with. Now, normally, and I forgot this step altogether, but I didn't want to actually flatten things out too much. I don't think I'll actually be able to use this piece because it is, let's see if you can see it, there we go. It has got some depth to it, but I might try to break up a little bit and spread some of the different colors around the entire bookmark size. So you just kind of, I have this sticky side up, so we're just going to place things where I think I want them, and I'm going to try to get them as flat as I can. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to, you know, look nice and be, you know, somewhat colorful. And let's see, like I would put this, these are right off of my bougainvillea bush. And the other thing that I kind of got a hold of was when we had come back from a restaurant and I saw these flowers, and I got actually caught picking a little bit off of it. So the guy was like, I didn't see nothing. So I don't know if I'm in trouble or not, but we'll see the next time we have to try to go to this restaurant if they'll let me in. No, they will. I know they will. I'm actually going to try to take some of these leaves off and I'll just sprinkle them around, give it some color, some texture. See what it ends up being like, you know. It looks like I'm making a mess, and I am kind of, but I think it'll look really nice once we get the second contact paper piece over it. And just spread it out a little bit to see what it looks like from there. you can, what we used to do is my mom would have a couple of, and I'm gonna totally show my age here, of encyclopedias and stick all of her pressed flowers in between the pages, and that was heavy enough. She put them in wax paper, and it was heavy enough to press the flowers down to make them a little more flat. So we've got like our little flower pieces, and they're sticking pretty well. I'm gonna kind of stick them on there a little bit better, so when I do push the second piece on there, I don't have any that are trying to wander off. So there's that. You could actually fold this in half, but I want it a little bit longer because I want it to be able to stick out of the book a little bit more. I have a couple of friends who are readers, so I'm going to make a couple of these for them. But just doing this one for the video. Do you guys have any traditions that you had for the first day of summer, or did you guys ever go on family vacations that were memorable that you'd like to share? Put them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. They're always fun things, fun memories to look back on. And this is definitely one of them. So I got the backing off of my other piece of contact paper. Now this contact paper isn't as clear. It actually has kind of a frost to it. And I'm just gonna lay that right on top. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. You wanna make sure you cover everything, because you can cut this down and get it, you know, get it even that way too. So. Kind of satisfying. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I do have like a little bit of a crinkle there. You can just either try to straighten it back out if you want, or you can cut it off. Either way, it's up to you. The yes, I don't know, that sound to me is just like a little satisfying. I don't know about, maybe it's a little much for you, but it's kind of an ASMR moment for me, or ASMR moment for me. Oh, you stick this whole thing underneath in between your pages, and you've got a nice little bookmark. And I do have a little bit, I didn't get it quite centered, so I do have some sticky edges right here. I'm going to cut those off, cut them down, and you can use this as a bookmark. So that is my first day of summer memory, is making these wildflower bookmarks with my sister and my mother. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoy. Like, comment, I do want to know what is your summer memory, and thank you for watching. Ta-ta for now.